Hello and welcome to another Vegas movie tutorial. Today we're going to talk about rendering. I mean, sooner or later when you do all your editing, you're going to want to actually make a movie from it, don't you? And so you're going to need to know a little bit how to render and what settings and what formats to use. Now this is a big subject. We could go on and on for hours about different formats and different advantages and disadvantages of each one, but I'm just going to give you a basic idea of what we're talking about and some very good formats that you can use. When you're all set editing your video and you've saved your project, it's time to actually make our video, and we're going to go up here to Make Movie. And we have some choices here. We can save it to the hard drive, which is probably something you're going to do most of the time. You could burn it to a DVD or Blu-ray disc. You could upload it to YouTube. You could save it to my camera or device or email it. We're going to save it on the hard drive, and we have some options right here. We have the WMV, which is a Microsoft format. It's very popular, and it's probably a very good one to start with. Now I have a template made up here. It's called Jeff's Promos, and what it is, it's a very nice YouTube high definition template. It'll give you good quality on YouTube and other sites. And let me show you some of the settings for that. You might want to copy these down and make a template for it in case that you would like to upload a high definition video to YouTube. Now make sure that your video that you've been working on has high definition elements to it. Otherwise there's no advantage of going high def. You're just making the size bigger. But if you have high definition footage, why not go high def when you upload it. So we're going to go down here to Advanced Render to see some of our settings, and then we're going to go to Custom. And let's look at some of those. First of all, in the audio aspects of this particular template, I have the mode called Quality VBR. That's the one that works quite well. The format is Windows Media Audio 9.2, and the VBR quality is 1044 kilohertz stereo VBR. Let's go to the video and check out some of those settings. In the mode, once again, it's Quality VBR, which stands for Variable Bit Rate. We have a format of Windows Media Video 9. The image size, keep the original size, and the pixel aspect ratio, very important here, is 1.333, which is HD 1080. And the frame rate is 29.970 NTSC. We don't want PAL unless you live in Europe or another country. We have the quality of 90%, and we have seconds per keyframe is 3. This will give you some very good results. And once you put these settings in there, if you'd like to keep it, then go up to a template up here, type in whatever you want, make it descriptive so you can remember it. You can put some notes to give more information on it, and click on Save right there. And next time you want to use this particular template, it's so easy because anytime you set the format for Windows Media Video, you just go down here and find your template, and away you go. There's no changing, messing around with it. There are a lot of other formats we can use. Of course, we can use AVI, which generally is a good format if you're going to do further editing. Otherwise, it's way too big of a file, and we wouldn't want to upload that generally. You can do a WAV file, which just is audio, and we can also do an MP4, which is the brand new type of compression. A lot of camcorders, HD camcorders, are saving in the MP4. A lot of sites like YouTube are accepting MP4s. That's another very good choice. There are a lot of good choices. You could use the MPEG 1 or 2. That's a little bit of an older type compression, but it's still quite viable. There's a lot of choices here, and you can experiment around with them. If you're in a pinch, definitely don't change any of the settings unless you know what you're doing, because you could have some very bad results. And if you're in a time constraint, you want to not mess around with that. But if you want to do some experimentation, by all means, try something out. But make sure that you save original templates here so that you can go back to that anytime you want to. That gives a general idea about formats. And once you're ready to go, you simply click Save once you've found your folder that you want to save it in, and it'll begin to make your movie, as you can see here. Rendering times can vary. It depends on the speed of your computer, how much other programs are running, and of course the length of your video and the resolution you're using. But generally it's pretty speedy. Get some coffee or do something overnight like that. But this will give you a good idea on how to render your videos and the type of formats that work well.